I've got some saucy sauce for you guys today. All right, a couple of my friends, Wayne and Wes, shout out you guys. Thank you for sending me this information. It's been brought to my attention by these gentlemen that you can play Up the Beanstalk in Affinity if you just splash a little bit of green, because Affinity plays 4 copies of Mirror Enforcer, which is a 7-drop. That triggers Up the Beanstalk, which says whenever you cast a spell with CMC 5 or greater, draw a card. So Mirror Enforcer draws you a card, except for you never pay 7 for it. It's usually between like 1 and 3. The Companion, Sojourner's Companion, it's a 7-drop. It also has artifact land cycling. We don't really care about that. We're just looking to play a 4/4 and draw a card. We've got Thought Monitor, which draws 2 cards, except for without the Beanstalk, it draws 3. And then Thoughtcast just reads draw 3 cards when there's an Up the Beanstalk in play. And all these cards you can pay as little as 0 to 1 mana for, as long as you had a good enough start. Other than that, this is stock Affinity. I'm not going to go through all of the inner workings of Affinity. If you want to see the deck list, check out the description below. And we are going with Gigantha as a companion. Not all the Affinity lists are doing this. I just think that if you can play a companion, you probably should. It can pull you out of some pretty weird spots. And then the sideboard's pretty stock. This is all stuff you've probably seen before. I'm planning to get between 1 and 2 wins with this league because Affinity is not my playstyle, but there's no way I can let this exist and not at least take it for a spin. So let's hop into a modern league. All right, game 1, and we're on the play. I think Affinity likes to be on the play. We're going to reveal Gigantha as our companion because we're allowed to. And let's look at this hand. We've got Spire of Industry and not a lot else going on. Let's see, I'm pretty sure Spire lets us, pay a life to add a mana of any color if you have an artifact. So we can open on Shadow Spear, but if we don't draw like another land very quickly, it gets dark, we have to mulligan this hand. All right, this hand has no lands. Can I string something together? Do I have any 0-drop creatures? No. 2 Springleaf Drums. Unfortunately, this is a 6. Luckily, half the cards in our deck just draw us a billion cards. All right, this hand has Ornithopter, Tanglepool Bridge, and Welding Jar, which is going to let us fire off Thoughtcast pretty quickly. I think we actually need to give up on the Thoughtcast. No, maybe it's the Thought Monitor. We don't have enough critical mass. No. We'll pitch Cranial Plating and Mirror Enforcer. I think that's how we do it. We'll keep Thoughtcast, Ornithopter, Welding Jar, Thought Monitor, Tanglepool Bridge to try to draw cards as fast as possible, and then we'll plan to draw into these very good cards that we don't want to mulligan away, but we have to ship something. So we'll ship the Cranial Plating and the Mirror Enforcer. Keep the 5. Opponent went to 6, I think. I hope. No, our opponent kept 7. That's awful news for us. How about a Tanglepool Bridge? And let's go Ornithopter, Welding Jar, F6. This is exciting. I normally don't play decks like this, but I feel like you gotta, right? All right, Overgrown Tomb, Shock. What do we got? This is gonna be Yoggy Yog combo. Thought Sees Me. Good thing my hands were redundant. They probably just take the Thoughtcast because if I draw a land, I can cast it. Yeah, they do exactly that. Okay, the top of our deck needs to be nuts for the rest of the game. Come on, goodies. Sojourner's Companion, very bad. F6, right? Yeah, we can't cycle it. All right, here's to hoping. We mold and got Thought Seized. Rip. All right, they pay a bunch of life and do what? They're gonna dismember my Ornithopter, whack, and then Polluted Delta? Oh, this might be Death Shadow, Sultide Death Shadow. All right, no, it's Jund. Jund Shadow? That's a lot of life. All right, but it is a Death Shadow they just put in play. All right, Darksteel Citadel. I guess I can play it. That gives my Affinity, I'm at Affinity 3. So Thought Monitor costs 4, but I only have 2. I think I'm gonna need to cycle this Sojourner's Companion for an artifact land, so for now I'll just pass. Blood Crypt, Shock It, Fetch. That Death Shadow is gonna be enormous. Please don't Dress Down. It's Steam Vents, 4-color Death Shadow, what the hell? Dress Down, Fling, I die. All right, I'll take 7, cool, now what? Another Death Shadow, it's looking grim. Quick first game. All right, here's to hoping. Let's artifact land cycle this Sojourner's Companion. I think I low-key want the land to come into play on tap, so I'll grab a Citadel. My turn. Thoughtcast. I can cast the Thoughtcast. We'll play Citadel, tap for blue, cast Thoughtcast. If it gets countered, we click this button right here. It doesn't, so we can play Ornithopter, and then pass. We'll probably have to block and blow up the Welding Jar, I think. Lightning Bolt, well, I guess I'll have to blow up the Welding Jar to not die, right? If they have another bolt, we just definitely die. Oh wait, it regenerates? That's right, it taps. We're just dead. Okay, very quick loss to Magic Ed. What's good against this deck? If it's Jund Death Shadow, I think I can assume maybe they're doing Darcy and stuff, so I could see Soul Guide Lantern not being bad. But I think Metallic Rebuke's kind of right where we want to be. They're going to be playing a bunch of removal and stuff, so maybe I think that Haywire might be pretty awful. By the way, I didn't go over it in the beginning, but I do have a little Urza's Saga toolkit. It consists of a Haywire Might, which is this dude. We got an Aether Spell Bomb, a Ginger Brute, and a Shadow Spear. All pretty good. I think the Might's pretty weak in this matchup. I think Spellbomb's pretty good. Ginger Brute might be fine. I think it's just like part of the cranial plating plan, right? But ultimately, it's probably not where we want to be. I think we can cut Ginger Brute, Haywire Might, and like Mirror Enforcer is probably our weakest giant creature. And then just bring in 3 Metallic Rebukes and try this out. I could see this working okay-ish. Submit. All right, no moles to 5, please. Come on, show me big hand. Reveal Gigantha. Mwahaha. All right, 3 lands, Ornithopter, Mirror Enforcer, Shadow Spear. Yeah, I think we sign up for this. The question is, how do we sequence it? We can go Tanglepool Bridge into Ornithopter, and that gives us 2 little dudes, or we could jam the Saga first, but I think we're gonna be trying to make Saga tokens, so maybe it just makes sense to go Tanglepool Bridge, Ornithopter, and on the following turn, like play Saga, jam Shadow Spear, and then try to start popping off the turn after that. I think that could be fine. Keep. Yeah, I want to save the Saga because I think we actually high-key want to be able to make some constructs pretty badly, provided we make our 3rd land drop. All right, here goes nothing. Tanglepool Bridge, Ornithopter. Can I just wait on the Ornithopter? No, Thoughtseize is a thing. They probably will just take it if they Thoughtseize me. And then we will pass the turn. Fetch, Shock, Thoughtseize me. Take my Thoughtcast, probably. All right, there's the fetch. They're definitely going to shock. They are a Death Shadow deck. Blood Crypt. Play Monkey. Nope, just bolt my Ornithopter. That makes sense. All right, my turn. That's not a land. That's unfortunate. Play Urza Saga. Trigger the Saga. Tap this. Play Shadow Spear. And then pass the turn. Thoughtcast is a 3-drop right now. So if we can draw a land, we're in good shape. Red Alpine Moon. Yuck. Okay, now it's bad. Okay, we've been robbed at every turn. Draw something tasty, deck. Tanglepool Bridge, actually not that bad. Now we can cast Thoughtcast next turn regardless, because we have Affinity for artifacts as 3. So with any luck, we can, it's especially good if we draw like a 0-drop, because then we can cast 2 Thoughtcasts. The early game, I think, I'm no Affinity player, but the early game, I think, is what really matters, because if we can set up in the next turn or 2 before Death Shadow becomes like this lethal threat, it might be very hard for them to slow us down. But the thing about Grixis Death Shadow, or 4-color Death Shadow, what I guess we're playing against right now, is that they're really good at picking apart early games with Lightning Bolt, Thoughtseize, Fatal Push, Terminate, just a billion different interactive spells. Right now, it looks like they're about to drop a couple Death Shadows, so they're asking me to get on it fast. Because if they shock here, the Death Shadows are going to be 2/2s, and they might even play 2 of them the way they did that. Terra Sunder, oh god, that's so bad for me. Jesus, no! Quit ripping apart my game plan, dude. All right, well, our opponent was very decked out for the matchup. I was not expecting that type of pushback. Well, here's a fucking Memnite that I still can't cast Thoughtcast because it costs 2. And you cost 2 to equip, so we're just gonna pass. They've only got 2 in hand, so we have like a draw step or 2 to try to string it together. But right now, game 1 looks like it went very south. Please don't cast Dress Down, opponent, because I'm not blocking. All right, attack for 2, no blocks. Dress Down, is it time? Dress Shadow, nope, just 2, okay, I'll take 2. Another Death Shadow, hate to see it. They pass to me, come on, top deck. Don't be a 7-drop. Springleaf Drum. I mean, probably just wind up dead to a Dress Down. Shit, I think even if they counter the Springleaf Drum is pretty good. But we're gonna go for a Thoughtcast, because I have 4 artifacts, so here's a Thoughtcast. Stubborn Denial, sure. I can't pay for it. All right, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts, so these are 3-drops. All right, we'll give it 1 more turn, because if their hand isn't particularly good, we might be able to get enough power into play to start contending with their board. The downside is they've got Death Shadows, so we really hope they just draw lands in normal situations. But right now, if they start drawing fetch lands, their clock improves so much. So basically every card they draw is just like a nail in the coffin for us. Colligan's Command? Okay, asshole. We're 0-1, and I don't think there's any way we're going to beat that. That was miserable. I think they had every single thing, but hey, that's fine. That's fine. Let's get into game 2. All right, game 2. This time we are round 2. This time we lost the die roll, which is a bummer. I'm pretty sure this deck loves being on the play. But here's Gigantha. Reveal that. All right, is this hand playable? Darksteel Citadel into Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum. Ooh, this actually isn't bad. I'm going to keep this because we can get our Affinity up to 4 very quickly and then start jamming Thought Monitors underneath a Up the Beanstalk. So if our opponent doesn't tear apart our game plan, we're in great shape. It looks like Creativity. They open on Jetmir's Garden, so we might have some time to string it together. All right, draw Spire of Industry, not bad. I think we kind of want to do everything at once. Do we want to expose Ornithopter this early? Or does it make a little bit more sense to like wait? I think it might make sense to just wait to expose the Ornithopter. So I think we'll actually just lead on Tanglepool Bridge tapped and pass the turn. I think that seems a little bit weird. Affinity's known for just dumping everything into play, but Creativity plays Lightning Bolt, Flame Slash, Ren and 6, just a bunch of like Leyline Binding, a bunch of ways to deal with permanent, so I think I want to get all of the value out of the Ornithopter as an artifact for Affinity, like immediately. So let's see what happens. We'll play Darksteel Citadel, that's another artifact, And then maybe we've got a couple lines here. We're definitely playing underneath the potential of getting spell pierced, which isn't great. So I wonder if I'm supposed to play Up the Beanstalk and just call it a day and then try to do everything next turn, or maybe I just like play Ornithopter, Springleaf Drum, and then Up the Beanstalk. And if they can't interact with any of it, then like we're in great shape. Let's go for all of it. Let's play Springleaf Drum. I think Affinity can't afford to play behind the beat of anything very often, so I think you just want to get everything into play. If they reprieve this, that's totally fine. If they spell pierce this, who cares? Okay. All right, they spell pierce. I can't pay. And I'm going to end my turn with that because I still don't want to expose my Ornithopter for no reason. So we'll just ship the turn. Arid Mesa. We got a Fable coming down? Probably. Yeah, it's Fable, so they're going to get a little 2-2 and past us. Okay, this Ornithopter also has the nice ability of sacking to Archon of Cruelty. So we'll draw Ginger Brute. We'll play Spire of Industry. And then how much can we actually do? We can get Ornithopter into play. That's going to give us Affinity 3. And then Ginger Brute gives us Affinity 4. So we're just short to start jamming big creatures. I think we still need to do everything. Let's go Ginger Brute, and then Ornithopter, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. So we can't cast Thought Monitor, we can't cast Mirror Enforcer yet. They both cost 3. But what we can do, drop the Up the Beanstalk and try to go to town next turn. So here's Up the Beanstalk. That's going to draw us a card. Thoughtcast. Okay. And now we wait. Because if our opponent creativity is here, it's like, we gotta what? Sacrifice Ornithopter and then hope to draw like either Spellbomb. Wouldn't be bad. All right, Fable triggers. They pitch a Bolt and maybe an Arid Mesa to draw 2. Nope, just 1. They already had the Arid Mesa in the bin. All right, they're going to combat, so they're looks like they're not creativity-ing. That's not so bad. We're not gonna block this. We're just gonna take the hit. All right, you've got a treasure. Cool, good talk. And they tap for 4. And now they're gonna creativity? Did they just not have the land? I guess they didn't have the land. That's fine though. We're gonna let our Ornithopter go, I think. And we have to discard a card. Let's do a Mirror Enforcer, maybe? Yeah, I like Mirror Enforcer. All right, opponent, my turn. Memnite, great top deck. We'll cast the Memnite. Now we've got Affinity as 4, so we can tap for blue and cast Thoughtcast, which is going to trigger Up the Beanstalk, so we'll draw a card. Then we'll draw 2 cards. Okay, now we'll tap for colorless and play Shadow Spear, which gives us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Affinity is 5 right now. So Mirror Enforcer would cost 1, and it would draw us a card. Yeah, either that. No, wait, we've got our Affinity is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we actually can't drop the Mirror Enforcer. I think our turn's effectively ended, right? Yeah, it looks like it. We're short of mana, so we're going to have to take another hit, it looks like, which is really bad. That's going to put us down at what? The first trigger brings us to 12, then 6. That'll bring us to 6, so maybe this Shadow Spear can do some stuff. We'll see. All right, here comes Archon. Hate to see it. All right, I think the combination of Cranial Plating and Shadow Spear is important. But, all right, we'll pitch the Memnite. But ultimately, I don't think we have time to get them both equipped at the moment. I think we have to hope to draw another one. Because I think we want to, like, try to dump our hand. So let's pitch. Can we dump our hand? We'll have 1, 2, 3, 4 artifacts. If we lead on plating, not really. We're going to pitch the plating, though. All right, I'll take a hit for 6. Ugh, nice hand creativity. Renin 6. Oh, ew, they're going to pop my Ginger Brute. If they do that, we do a good old concede here, I think. Now we give it 1 top deck, maybe. Oh, they're ticking up. Okay, we'll let that happen. Land, sure. All right, my turn. My turn. Their hand must be good. If I were in their shoes, I would feel compelled to take out my Ginger Brute here. All right, so we still have Affinity 4. So Thought Monitor costs 3. I guess we just like jam it and hope to draw some lands, right? Colorless, blue, Thought Monitor. Trigger Up the Beanstalk, draw a card. Okay, that's a land. That's cool. This enters play, so it's at 5 now, and then I draw 2. Or are they going to do something? Nope, doesn't look like it. All right, draw 2. Thoughtcast and Cranial Plating. Not the best. We'll play Darksteel Citadel. What does that leave us with? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we can drop Mirror Enforcer. Let's do that. Here's a Mirror Enforcer. Trigger Up the Beanstalk to draw a card. The synergy between Up the Beanstalk and these huge cards is amazing. Now I just need to learn how to play Affinity. Oh, I drew a Welding Jar, so I can play the Companion now. All right, here's a Welding Jar. All right, here's Companion. Trigger Up the Beanstalk to draw a card. Draw a Thoughtcast. All right, we can't really cast anything else in that Archon kills us. Okay, it was fun drawing cards, but now we have to concede. Okay, what's good against creativity? I think Metallic Rebuke is actually very good. I think Dismember kind of blows. We're never siding in Gigantha. Haywire Might. You can kill Fable and Leyline Binding. I could see... No, I think the one we have in our deck might be enough. Pithing Needle, probably decent. Soul Guide Lantern, probably pretty bad. Maybe it's decent against Renin 6. Damping Sphere. Nope. Soulless Jailer. Permanent cards in graveyards can't enter the battlefield. Players can't cast non-creature spells from graveyards or exile. Creativity casts the card Archon of Cruelty from exile. So Soulless Jailer is actually pretty good in that spot. And it's a 0/4, so they can't bolt it. Now the tricky part is what to take out. I think on the play, we want to really leverage Cranial Plating, so I don't want to lose any of those. I think the Aether Spellbomb's great. You can just bounce an Archon if they sneak one in. And then no 0-drops are getting cut. I could see cutting Gingerbrute as a one-of. I could see trimming on Springleaf Drum, but I think this deck really wants to lean into that. So let's trim Mirror Enforcer. Leave all these other huge cards in, I think so. And yeah, we're definitely not going to have enough to take out. So we want to lose. I think we don't want the Soul Guide Lantern. I think we can like trim on all the Rebukes we're bringing in. Maybe. Or maybe that's like the best card. Maybe we just want Rebuke. Maybe it's like Pithing Needle's not actually that good because their Planeswalkers aren't that good against me. And then it's just these 5. Okay, I like those 5 better. And then we'll cut what? Let's say a single copy of Welding Jar. I think we just need to trim the corners of the deck to make space for this stuff. So I guess, yeah, we'll take out a Plating and another massive card like a Sojourner's Companion. Yeah, okay. We'll try this. Anyone that's watching that has some, that's familiar with Affinity, feel free in the comments to let me know any plays that stuck out as like, you shouldn't have done that, Neon Mushroom. Because this is new to me. I just decided I have to do this because the deck looks so fun. All right, we've got, I think, a keep. Springleaf Drum, Spire of Industry, Ornithopter, Welding Jar, turn 1. Keep. I can just hold up Metallic Rebuke for the whole game. All right, here's a Spire, here's an Ornithopter, here's a Welding Jar, tap this for colorless, here's a Springleaf Drum, and our Affinity is at 3 right now, but we have Metallic Rebuke up. No, we don't, because we have to use Springleaf Drum to make the blue, so we're going to be off of the Metallic Rebuke for a turn, but this is a pretty strong turn 1, I think. Bloodstained Mire, pass. All right, you got anything in my upkeep? No, draw for turn, great. Urza's Saga, trigger the Urza Saga. It can now tap for mana. My Affinity is at 1, 2, 3, so my Thoughtcast will cost 2 mana. Probably just go for it, right? Yeah, I think we just need to go for the Thoughtcast here. It could get Spell Pierce, but I think that's the world we live in. So what's the best way to tap for it? Yeah, let's go. There's no way to hold up Metallic Rebuke and Thoughtcast, right? Because the thought, well, I guess if I draw a 0-drop, it'll do it, but that has to resolve the Thoughtcast. I don't think there's any way to resolve both with my current resources, so we're going to go tap this for blue, tap for colorless, cast Thoughtcast. We'll see if they've got Spell Pierce. They don't. Okay. Well, I'll play Memnite, and then I'll play Memnite, and now I do have Metallic Rebuke up, so this Saga is what I'm going to try to use to take over the game. Pass turn. They fetch. Great. Tap Jetmir's Garden. Sure. Shock in Steam Vents. Why not? All right, Terra Sunder. Check this out. No. Blue, Metallic Rebuke. I'll pay blue, and then I'll tap these 2. Nice try, jerk. All right, my turn. Great. All right, draw Springleaf Drum. Not the worst. We will play Springleaf Drum, I think. Yeah, we'll just jam it. Nope, that makes sense. We'll jam Springleaf for sure. Tap for colorless, jam Drum. Now we've got Affinity is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So the second we start to draw big cards, we can just basically put them into play for free. I think we still want to do some pressuring with our Memnites. We still have Metallic Rebuke up. We still have, if we want to pressure with Memnites and activate Urza Saga, I think we need to, what? Activate both Springleaf Drums. So we actually need to hold a creature back, or 2 creatures back. So we will just get busy for 1. Beat. And then we'll just pass the turn. This will let us use the Springleaf Drums in conjunction with the Urza Saga to make a construct, which will hilariously be a 7/7. Renin 6, do we Terra Sunder the Renin 6? I don't think so. If they want to take out a Memnite, that's fine. The second they do it, we'll make a construct. They can't even, unless they for some weird reason play a Godless Shrine, which they don't, they can't even Leyline Binding or construct, so this is about to be very painful for them. Nope, they're just going to buy back a land. Very respect. I think it was a smart play, because I could just crack the Welding Jar to save my my Memnite. All right, they're passing, so it's construct time. All right, activate. Pay 2. How about white? Tap here. Red. Tap here. Construct. My turn. All right, I drew Tanglepool Bridge, and Urza Saga wants to put its last ability onto the stack. Am I able to hold up Metallic Rebuke and activate it? I am. So I will go activate, and then I'll tap for this. We'll go colorless. And then we'll go white, tapping the Ornithopter. Make a big dude. And then we get to go search out a thing. And I don't know exactly what I want. It might just be Aether Spellbomb, to be honest. Just like a little bit of protection for what I got going on. Yeah, I think we'll just grab an Aether Spellbomb. All right, then we'll play Tanglepool Bridge to make our constructs even more massive. Then we will go to combat. And I'm going to ignore their Renin 6 and just attack them with everything. If I attack them with everything, can I go ahead and still cast Metallic Rebuke? Springleaf Drum taps the construct, and then I can tap Aether Spellbomb and Welding Jar. Yup. Hit ya. All right, you're at 4. Good luck, opponent. Ooh, this Affinity thing is actually super fun. I get why people do this. GG. Okay, game 3. I don't think I want to change anything. I'm more or less fine with the game plan I had to begin with. We're just going to keep this as it is. All right, reveal Gigantha. This hand is very bad. We've just got like the top end of our deck with nothing to do, so we'll mulligan. This hand is similar. We've got either Spellbomb, we've got 1 artifact land, we've got a Saga, but we know they have ways to answer that. As weird as it is, I think we can do better on 5. Let's try it. All right, this hand has a Memnite, multiple Urza Sagas, Companion, Springleaf Drum. This hand's great. The problem is, what do I ship? I think we need to ship one of our Sagas, just in case of an Alpine Moon or something. And then do we just like pray to draw land and try to go crazy? Do we ship like, no, we don't ship Darksteel Citadel because we can open up on 4 artifacts and try to play Companion on turn 2. No, we'll try to get really lucky. We'll pitch the Darksteel Citadel. Maybe this is unhinged, but my thinking is like going this low against Creativity, which I imagine has to be a rough matchup for this deck. I really need to just like draw pretty well. So let's hope that our Springleaf Drum doesn't get Spell Pierced. We'll start there. What's coming off the top? Mirror Enforcer. It could be good if this develops right. So let's play Urza Saga, trigger the Saga, and then try to play Springleaf Drum. All right, that resolved. Let's play Ornithopter. And I guess we can pass here. I don't want to expose a Memnite to a Renin 6 at all, so we'll just pass. All right, opponent, you're up. Land, sure. Pass to me. Okay. All right, on tap, trigger Urza Saga. It can make constructs now. Unless my opponent Terra Sunders my Urza Saga. They don't, so it can do that now. We drew Tanglepool Bridge, which isn't awful. They must just be trying to figure out whether or not they're supposed to Terra Sunder my Urza Saga. They probably are. I think if they do that, we're already in a rough spot. I think we get into a real bad spot if they destroy my Urza Saga right now. Because that Saga is a big part of my mid-game plan. If I can get 1 construct out of it, I might have enough power to really overwhelm them. Ooh, it looks like our buddy Teddy Memes lost connection to the game, so I guess I'll cut all of this space out and see if they come back. Because I was behind quite a bit on time. Not that I think Times was going to control this matchup, but maybe they just don't come back and I win the game. That would actually be really lame, because that's bad for content. But I'll take a free win either way. Ooh, all right, it looks like Teddy rejoined the game. Come on, dude. Do I get my Urza Saga trigger or not? All right, I do. So let's do Tanglepool Bridge tapped. That gives us Affinity 3. If I play this Memnite, it becomes 4, but that's still not enough for me to really do anything with the Sojourner's Companion or Mirror Enforcer, so it's a little bit tricky. Yeah, I just don't think there's any reason to expose my Memnite, because playing Memnite's going to give me Affinity 4. Then I can tap 2 things, and I can effectively be able to cast something with Affinity for artifacts that naturally cost 6. That doesn't exist in the deck, so we just need to pass and try to go off next turn. I think it involves, if my Saga doesn't get blown up, I think it involves using the Saga to some extent, but we'll see. They can now Leyline Binding. I wonder if they want to. No, doesn't look like it. Please don't play Teferi and bounce my Saga. That would be my worst nightmare. If I were my opponent playing Creativity, that's what I would do this turn. They fetch, maybe we get lucky in its Fable. I'm not super hopeful. Red Source, sure. Prismari Command, that's so fucking bad. Let's go ahead and I think I need to land cycle this Companion. So let's do that first. Artifact land cycling. We're gonna get a Darksteel Citadel. And then they're gonna really chop my Affinity down. God, this deck is weak to some stuff. All right, that's gonna trigger the Saga. Oh, what can we get off Saga? I think it has to just be Spellbomb, right? Yeah, I think it just needs to be Spellbomb to try to slow them down. It's going to take me some time to recoup this. So I should have floated for mana first. No, I don't think it matters whether or not I floated for mana first. We'll play Darksteel Citadel. Affinity is at 3. And then, do we need to hold the Beanstalk up? I think we can't afford... Yeah, we probably can't afford to just hold up Aether Spellbomb. Does that slow us down just way too much? Yeah, I think it does. We're just going to need to get this up the Beanstalk into play and hope they can't go for the Creativity. Trigger out the Beanstalk, draw a card, 2 Memnites. Affinity right now is 3, so if I play both Memnites, I still wouldn't be able to drop the Enforcer. So for now, we're just going to pass and hope our opponent misses on Creativity. Please miss. I really hope they miss. I want to do cool shit. Oh no, it's a Dwarven Mine. They're going to do it to me. Oh, it's a Fable. Okay, we've got a little bit of time. All right, trigger the Fable, make a 2/2. You got it. All right, my turn. Draw a card. Thought Monitor is not bad. We'll go Memnite. That gives us Affinity 4. Memnite. I don't care, Photoshop, go away. And that'll give us Affinity 5, meaning that we can tap 2 for the Thought Monitor. I think we need to do that. Thought Monitor. Trigger out the Beanstalk, draw 3 cards. Hopefully one of them's a mana source. It is. Cool. Thought Monitor, trigger the Thought Monitor, draw 2 more cards. Love to see it. That's a Metallic Rebuke. That's actually a huge game here. Spire of Industry is land for turn. And we have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 artifacts. So we could drop the Mirror Enforcer. But what's going to happen is then we lose access to Metallic Rebuke. And I think we're not signing up for that, right? Yeah, we can't actually tap the Thought Monitor to make blue for the Metallic Rebuke. So we need to hold a blue mana up to be able to counter something. So I think right now we're just going to pass the turn, and then next turn we'll try to get busy with Enforcer. We might even go Beanstalk plus Enforcer, try to draw like 3 cards. Or yeah, 3 cards because we already have a Beanstalk in play. So let's give that a shot. All right, Fable triggers, you got it. Our worst nightmare is land drop / attack with Goblin, and then have Spell Pierce to back up a creativity. That would be boo, because we're not going to block this Goblin Shaman. No thanks, I'll take 2. Okay. I guess I have a Spell Bomb, so they need the creativity for 2. They could sell creativity for 2 and hold up Spell Pierce, so that's a consideration, which is exactly what they're doing. That's so bad for me. Yeah, we just need to hope they don't have it, right? Oh, this is awful. Okay, let's tap for blue. Cast Metallic Rebuke, targeting here, and then tap a couple artifacts. Please don't have it. They gotta have it, right? Fuck you, opponent. Okay, fine. Fine, I'll get got. I guess this mulligan to 5 is kind of like, what are you gonna do? Because I'm gonna have to pitch my hand now. Ugh. Is it 2 Archons or did you bring anything weird? And nope, our opponent, this is a smart creativity player. They haven't sided in anything weird. Okay, trigger the second one, pitch Memnite, pitch up the Beanstalk. We'll give it 1 draw step, and I think we just got Archon pretty convincingly. Memnite, that's not very good. Okay, we're X and 2. Rip, going to game 3. All right, game 3, or round 3. We're on the draw, reveal Giganta, and come on, insane hand. 1, 2, artifact lands, Ornithopter. We've got a Saga. I don't think this hand has the speed we're really looking for. No, I think we can take a mulligan here. I think if we had like 1 more 0-drop or some actual card draw, we'd keep it. We got a mulligan this. All right, this one is arguably worse, but we can at least like try to get to Thought Monitor pretty quickly. So we'll keep this, pitch Sojourner's Companion, and probably just lead on Tanglepool Bridge and pass. Best case scenario, we draw a bunch of like 0-drops. All right, draw Thoughtcast, that's fine for now, I guess. We'll just play the Tanglepool Bridge and pass. I'm beginning to develop a theory. This is probably not a complicated theory. I think a lot of experienced Affinity players probably already do this, but maybe you're supposed to hold on to your 0-drops, not expose them, because getting your Affinity broken up is like not great. This looks like it's going to be either Blue-Black Bowmasters or like maybe Blue Moon? Flame of Anor, huh? All right. Sojourner's Companion. We'll play Darksteel Citadel. We'll tap for colorless and play Shadow Spear. And then I guess we'll play into it. We'll play Ornithopter. And then we'll tap for blue and cast Thoughtcast. All right. Welding Jar. And then we got Affinity for 5. So yeah, we'll try to hold this up for next turn where we can drop like... Let's see, Thought Monitors cost 2. We gotta get a little lucky, but we may be able to just dump our hand next turn if the top of our deck is good enough to us. All right, looks like our opponent missed a land drop and they're passing to us. Kinda great. Island, that's a pretty good draw. We'll play the island, we'll tap for 2, and we will drop a Thought Monitor. Do you have Counterspell? Oh, you don't. This is bad for you, opponent. This is so bad for them that I don't even know if they know how bad this is. All right, draw 2. Springleaf Drum, that's pretty great. Go, let's do blue for a Springleaf Drum. Ooh, if they had a counterspell, they should have countered that, because now I'm going to go blue for a Thought Monitor. Oh yeah, I wish I hadn't up the Beanstalk in play so bad. Trigger Thought Monitor, draw 2. Okay, let's go Sojourner's Companion, and Sojourner's Companion, and Welding Jar. Oh yeah, this is great. And then go to combat and get in there for nothing, because I just played everything, so I'll pass the turn. All right, good luck, opponent. I got you on a 2-turn clock. Oh, that was easy. Okay. Well, that was awful for them. What's good against them? I don't know. I saw Flame of Anor and lands and a Consider. I guess it's safe to say that their graveyard is probably fairly important to them. I'm not going to bring in Haywire Might, but I need to be thoughtful about Blood Moon. I've got a Haywire Might in my main deck. If I see one game 2, I'll bring in more. But I don't think Damping Spheres or Soulless Jailers are what I'm looking for. I think Rebukes could probably be quite good. If you see your opponent play an Island, Counterspell is probably reasonable. And Metallic Rebuke plays like Counterspell in this deck. What's bad? Let's side out a Gingerbrute, a Mirror Enforcer, no, I think Welding Jar is going to be great because they probably have like a bunch of bolts and stuff, right? I think Spell Bomb's probably pretty medium. And then maybe just a Companion, or X4 is insane. X4s might be insane. Maybe we just like cut a Memnite? Nah, that can't be right. Trim a Springleaf Drum since we're on the draw. So our start's going to be inherently slower anyway. Submit. All right, reveal Giganta. Show me, where are my hands with a billion 0-drops? This one has 1. We've got Darksteel Citadel. We've got Soul Guide Lantern, Springleaf Drum. How many artifacts can I actually get into play? 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I need to draw a land, but if I do so, this hand gets like kind of nutty, I think. Because I can lead on Springleaf Drum, Welding Jar, then play Soul Guide Lantern, And then from there, it's just like 1 land or 0 drop, I think makes the hand kind of crazy. Let's try it. I don't think I'd try this on the keep, but on the draw, I think the critical mass of cards that I can draw into that make this hand great are kind of high. I could also just draw a bunch of 7 drops and just like lose. The second Up the Beanstalk isn't exactly what we're looking for, but that's okay. We'll play Darksteel Citadel, we will play Springleaf Drum, because that one's more important at the moment, and then Welding Jar, and then pass. They fetch, sure. Shock in Watery Grave, tap for blue, Lorien revealed, yeah. Polluted Delta, sure, pass to me, great. Cranial Plating, ugh, not one of the cards we wanted to draw. Let's play Soul Guide Lantern. All right, trigger the Lantern. I'm gonna take out Lorien revealed. All right, pass the turn. What we need here, what we really need is like Ornithopter or Memnite, because if we can draw one of those, we can play it. Our Affinity will be at 5. Then we can tap Springleaf Drum, the creature, and Darksteel Citadel, and make 2 mana, then play Cranial Plating, then set up to go like Beanstalk into Mirror Enforcer the following turn. That could be kind of good. All right, come on, top deck. No Cranial Platings, no Beanstalks, no 7 drops. Memnite, okay. Play Memnite. Okay, let's tap for colorless and no, I just misclicked the Welding Jar. You know, I don't even want to. I just tried to click Springleaf Drum to tap my Memnite and I clicked the Welding Jar. I was an embarrassment concession for anyone wondering. I'm sorry you had to go through that, opponent. All right, Redemption Arc, please. Gigantha, insane hand. I'm embarrassed for myself right now. I want to get out of this room. Memnite, let me see, I can go Island, Memnite, Springleaf Drum. No, I probably just go Island, Springleaf Drum, the next turn play Memnite, tap for 2, go Cranial Plating. This hand's not bad. I need some stuff to happen, but I think there's a lot of ways this hand develops very well. So we'll just go Island into Drum, and I can't play any 1 drop, so I won't use the Memnite yet. I don't want to expose it to a Lightning Bolt or anything. It might even make sense to just play the Memnite, and then like basic land cycle, or artifact land cycle to Mirror Enforcer for a, probably just a tap land, honestly. Yeah, let's go Memnite and then go this, tap this, not sacrifice a Welding Jar. Artifact cycling this companion, grab a Tanglepool Bridge, play it, and then F6. That will let me do what? Go Cranial Plating into Shadow Spear? No, maybe I just go Mirror Enforcer. No, Up the Beanstalk. I could see it, the Beanstalk being very good. I might need the lead on that, actually. Draw Ornithopter, that's not bad. So let's use this Memnite now. Let's go tap for green, and then tap this and play Up the Beanstalk. Are we gonna counter this? No, I get to draw a card off Up the Beanstalk. That's pretty great. They fetch, sure, why? They shock, sure, why? Orcish Bowmasters, that actually makes a ton of sense. All right, take out my Memnite, rats. Up the Beanstalk's Natural Predator, Orcish Bowmasters. All right, ping me for nothing for 1. Tanglepool Bridge, now I'm at Affinity is 3. Ornithopter will make it 4. Shadow Spear will make it 5. Drop the Shadow Spear, and then let's hold the Ornithopter for a bit. Just pass the turn. The thinking is that I don't want to expose it. They probably played like a bunch of removal, and I think this Cranial Plating is how I escape from the position we're in, which is kind of, Orcish Bowmaster has its thumb on us right now because this Up the Beanstalk is like, I want to draw a billion cards. I think our best top deck for the rest of the game is actually just Urza's Saga. Okay, my turn. Another Ornithopter. So if you play both, we can go to Affinity is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's do all of this. Let's go Ornithopter, tap for 1, Mirror Enforcer. Trigger the Beanstalk. They're going to grow their Orc army. I draw a forest. That's not great. To put the damage on me, sure. All right, do I expose the Cranial Plating? Because if it gets countered, our entire game plan gets like way worse. What am I playing around? Potentially Spell Pierce? I think I need them to interact with this if they have interaction though, right? Because I don't want them to like use Flame of Venor or anything at this moment. So let's go, yeah, let's go with Cranial Plating. There's the counter spell. Rats, hate to see it. All right, here's a forest. And then I think while we've got the mana available, we'll go green, white, tapping this Ornithopter. And I'm gonna pop this Shadow Spear right onto this Mirror Enforcer. All right, that's it, go ahead. Tap for 3, Flame of Venor, kill my guy, destroy target artifact, that's really good. They probably just get busy now, right? Yeah, I'll take 3. Come on, top deck. Memnite, you're not very good. All right, do we jam it or do we hold it? They probably don't play Thoughtseize, I think we hold it. Let's go tap for 2, Shadow Spear, equip to Ornithopter, and attack with the Ornithopter. Gain a little life here. And then now I think we just like play Memnite and put the Shadow Spear on the Memnite. Green, green, Shadow Spear's here. All right, go. Consider, sure. Tarn goes to the graveyard, they draw a card. Please don't be good. Yeah, this looks like the Wafo Topo Grixis like Flame of Venor Snapcaster Mage deck, which to be fair, pretty good deck. Attack for 3, I can't stop ya. Ouch. All right, come on, Urza's Saga. That's the card I really want to draw, because that doesn't care if my opponent has any permission or anything. Pass to me, sure. What do they have? Another Orcish Bowmasters? Probably. That would be awful. Ornithopter, very bad draw. All right, let's go to combat. Let's get busy with Memnite. Try to nickel and dime them. All right, thank you, Shadow Spear. Now I'll drop Ornithopter. And to just keep holding the line so like the Bowmaster can't just attack, we'll equip it to an Ornithopter, the Shadow Spear that is, and continue to just do this weird dance where I take 3 and they take 2, and I guess at the status quo, we just win the race. So, but if they like drop Shielded right now, which isn't a card that this deck typically plays, but if they drop Shielded, we just die. The One Ring also would be miserable. Although if this is anything like Wafo Tapa's list, it doesn't play the One Ring, but this one does. So here's a One Ring. Rats. All right, you have protection from everything, dude. Draw a card, you got it. They get in for 3. I have no blocks. All right, my turn. Do I get to go? I do. All right, Thought Monitor. This is gonna hurt. Because I'm going to draw so many cards, but I think we got to just do this, right? Thought Monitor. Trigger Up the Beanstalk. I draw a card. That triggers your Orcish Bowmaster. Not another Up the Beanstalk. All right, you take out my Mem Knight. That's cool. All right, Thought Monitor comes into play, please. All right, now it triggers and I draw 2, so they can take out the Thought Monitor itself if they want to, which is what I would think about doing. Looks like they're going to do exactly that. Okay, goodbye, Thought Monitor. It was good knowing you. All right, here's Spire of Industry into Up the Beanstalk. Okay, I will draw a card that triggers the dude. That is a Cranial Plating. That's actually very, very good. Now, they have protection, so I can't deal any damage to them right now, but we'll play Sojourner's Companion and draw 2 more cards. Now, I wonder if they're going to keep picking off my creatures or start hitting my face. Because if they start hitting my face, it's going to slow me down. I can't just drop everything. Looks like they're hitting face, so I have to be careful now. Welding Jar, that's pretty great. Companion comes into play. All right, now I'm going to go for some colored mana and play Cranial Plating. And then I think I will attach my Cranial Plating to Ornithopter, and I will pay like this. All right, now I have a massive Ornithopter. Here's a Welding Jar to protect it. And then I don't think I'm going to drop Mirror Enforcer. I'm already in range for 2 bolts. What else could kill me? What if I just play Mirror Enforcer? Yeah, if a bolt's going to kill me anyway, maybe I'm just supposed to drop this thing. Yep, let's just drop it. I'll go to 4. All right, I draw 2. Spire of Industry and another Cranial Plating. Okay, if they don't have another ring, we can try to get tricky this following turn. All right, go, opponent. You have protection, so I can't even deal damage to you. All right. Please don't have Bolt. Draw 2 cards. You got it. That's pretty good. Yup. Look at that 11-11 Orc army. So good. Flooded Strand. Sure. All right, they go to combat. Are they going to ship in with this 11-11? Because I'm going to block it. All right, no attacks. Great for me. They're just going to go to discard. Great. All right, they pitch Break the Ice. That's fine. So let's play a Spire of Industry because I want another black source, weirdly enough. Because I am going to play Cranial Plating. I kind of hope they counter it. All right, they counterspell the Cranial Plating. That's fine. All right, I'd like to go to combat now. All right, here's Ornithopter, Ornithopter, Ornithopter. And I guess that's all I need to attack with, right? Yeah, I'm just going to ship in with these 3, I think. Because this is very much lethal. The thing is I can attach my Cranial Plating at instant speed right now. So I could also like attack with a Mirror Enforcer or something. And if they just block the Enforcer with Orc Army and don't do anything, I can let them die. If they go to kill my Ornithopter, I can trade for the Orc Army and grow my Enforcer, but it's probably just better to equip the Cranial Plating to another Thopter. I think I'll just attack with these 3 in the air. Okay, what are you gonna do? Fatal Push? Yeah, I will activate this, equipping it here, tapping for a black. Wait, no, I won't do that. I don't believe that. How does Regenerate work exactly? Where's my Welding Jar? Regenerate target, yada yada. And Regenerate is, I don't believe it removes it from combat. Yeah, if I regenerate it, it's going to remove it from combat, it looks like. So I think I am going to try to move the Cranial Plating over. Lose 1. Can I lose 2? I suppose I can. I guess I kind of have to, right? Lose 2. I'm going to move this over here. Do you have another removal spell? Oh, they just concede. Great. They actually, so funnily enough, they actually had another turn. Because what was making my Ornithopter a 12-12 was, part of that was the Shadow Spear. That was helping that out. So my Ornithopter actually only would have hit them for 11, and then my other Ornithopter dies, so 10. But I guess they died to their One Ring in their upkeep, so nope, we just get there. All right, absolutely misclicked our way out of game 2 of round 3. But we won the whole thing, so you'll love to see it. Let's get into round 4. All right, game 4. Oh, I lost another die roll. Come on. I've got a 25% win rate for die rolls so far. If I win round 5's die roll, I'm going to throw a fit. Okay, we've got Citadel, Spire, Saga, Ornithopter. When's the earliest we can cast this Thoughtcast? Our opponent mulliganed. And if our opponent mulligans, I'm always super incentivized to keep. Citadel on turn 1. I wouldn't play Ornithopter because I don't want to expose it yet. But if I played Citadel on 1, and then turn 2 played Spire and Ornithopter, I'm still a mana away from the Thoughtcast. But maybe I could just go Citadel into Spire, Beanstalk, so I'd have to play Ornithopter so the Spire can make green. Then on turn 3, I could cast Thoughtcast. Is that just too medium? That's 6. My opponent mulliganed. I'm not thinking about it too hard. We're going to keep and just draw another 0-drop, and then everything will be fine. How many 0-drops does this deck play? Like 8, 9, 10, 11? I feel like I should, on average, be drawing more 0-drops. Is Magic the Gathering Online fighting against me? All right, Darcy's fine. Pass to me, great. Spire of Industry, very weak draw. We will just play Darksteel Citadel, or do we just want to play Saga? I wonder if there's a chance that we can just like jam Saga to get a 1-drop out a little bit sooner to add to my artifact count. Is that insane? That might be insane. No, let's just jam Citadel and stay the course. We'll jam this and just pass. Island Preordain. Look at that Darcy go. That resolves. Pitchy Canal, sure. Look at the top 2. Scry the top 2. Then draw a card. All right, attack me for 1, I'm sure. Ouch. It hurts. All right, my turn. Me go. All right, we draw a Ornithopter. Actually not bad. Let's go Spire of Industry. Ornithopter, wait, we're gonna play Beanstalk this turn. Do we care to jam both Ornithopters yet? Actually, I think we don't. No, we need to jam one of them, so we probably jam both, because if we want to tap for green, we need an artifact. So let's play an Ornithopter. Boom. Can't spell pierce this. I guess you can, what's the name of the blue one? The blue counter target creature with toughness or power 2 or less. Who cares? They didn't do it. So now I can go green. I said green and then colorless and then play Beanstalk. Do you have Spell Pierce? Spell Snare, sure. All right, you've got a snare. And then my Up the Beanstalk gets countered, so that's very sad. No reason to expose the Ornithopter in that case. We will just pass the turn. They are delirious, so their clock is a thing now. I think the following turn is pretty streamlined. We're just going to play most of the cards in our hand if they don't interrupt us in any way. Because if they Blood Moon us, that's like really tough. But if they don't, we go Ornithopter, Urza Saga, Up the Beanstalk, Thoughtcast. And if they miss on permission, that's going to be insane for us. And the Urza Saga is just like naturally very good if they don't have Blood Moon. They're going to Lightning Bolt my Ornithopter? That does suck. That's pretty heads up play from our opponent. Kind of tears apart our next turn's game plan. We can't do everything. Okay, that's a dead Ornithopter. Land drop Murktide? That would be sad. Yep, crack the Misty. What are they going to go for here? Just a 7/7 Murktide? Take themselves off Delirium? All right, there he is. Big murky boy. Only a 6/6. Probably trying to keep the graveyard diverse for the Darcy. All right, draw for turn. A 0-drop would have been good, but it's not that. So our Affinity is 1. I can go to 2, then jam. What's the best way to sequence this turn? I think we need to get Saga into play now because we need our either Spellbomb pretty badly. So let's go Urza Saga, trigger the Saga, and then we can play Ornithopter. And then do we jam? The question is to Thoughtcast or to Beanstalk. They've only got 1 in hand, and I stand to draw way more cards if I lead on Beanstalk. I can't, that lets me not cast Thoughtcast this turn. But if I Beanstalk and draw like a 0-drop in the next 2 cards of my deck, I can really pop off with the Thoughtcast. So I think that might be the play. Yeah, let's jam Beanstalk. We'll go green and colorless. Beanstalk. Trigger the Beanstalk. I bet you money the last card in their hand is Expressive Iteration. And we drew a second Beanstalk. So now we're going to like sit pretty and hope. This here, Affinity is at 2. If we can get it to 3 with it's an Unholy Heat. Rats. All right, that's pretty good. Look at you and all your removal. All right, you're still not delirious. Your hand's empty, so we actually have some time. If we can fend off this Murktide wait, they have 1 in hand. It's an expressive. I knew it. Okay, fuck me. Cool. They did that in their upkeep. Was it the top card? Yeah, it looks like it. But looks like they're not going to have Delirium unless they find a Mishra's Bauble. Force of Negation enters the exile zone, so we don't care about that. They're also not delirious. So if we can get like an Ornithopter or something into play to block this Murktide, we might be able to get it out of play using a Spell Bomb, and that seems not the worst. All right, I go to 7. My turn. Come on, top deck. All right, Saga does the thing. That's a Beanstalk. We'll play Forest. As much as I'd love to activate the Saga here, I think we need to find a way to either deal with or block Murktide. I only have 1 artifact, so if I Thoughtcast, that's kind of all I got. Let's play Beanstalk. We're going to try to draw into a 0-drop to make the Thoughtcast a bit more impactful. All right, trigger the Beanstalk to draw a card. Mirror Enforcer. Not very good. I think we're dead. Do we have an artifact in play? We do, so we can tap this for green. We'll cast Uno Moss Beanstalks. Maybe it finds like an Ornithopter and they can't remove it. That'd be pretty good. Trigger the Beanstalk, draw a card. Shadow Spear. Okay, we got game 1. Let's go to game 2. What's good against Murktide? I want that Soul Guide Lantern real bad. I know that right off the bat. I think Metallic Rebuke, quite good. Haywire might. I'll leave the 1 in my deck just in case they bring in Blood Moon, but other than that, probably not. Soul Guide Lantern, no Damping Spheres, no Soulless Jailers. Potentially Dismembers, but likely no. Like, I don't care about their Ragavans for the most part, so what's bad? I think cutting and Mirror Enforcer is always fine, just to trim some from that slot, because it's just kind of a 4/4, just dies to like a billion things. Then I think that Ginger Brute's pretty medium. Maybe a Companion's a little bit heavy because they can tear apart my Affinity so quickly. And maybe since I'm on the play, I'll only bring in 2 Rebuke. And on the draw, I'll cut a 0 drop for a 3rd one, just because I want to kind of overwhelm them on the play. So we're going to go for like a cracked 7, just dump our hand out, try to draw a billion cards. All right, I get to be on the play. Sweet, I get to reveal Gigantha. Hasn't mattered so far. Let's see here. We've got double plating, double drum, Urza's Saga hand. This is like pretty bad. All they need to do is like put and Blood Moon into play, and we are in trouble immediately. We don't have any early start, but I wonder if they don't have Blood Moon, how good is this hand? Spire into Springleaf Drum, Urza's Saga into Cranial Plating, into Make a Construct for the following 2 turns. And if they don't have Dress Down or Blood Moon, the Cranial Plating just kind of overwhelms them. But if their start is fast, like Ragavan or something, and I can't block it, that's awful. No, I think this is a mulligan, as much as I want to keep it. Welding Jar, Drum, a bunch of artifact lands, Thoughtcasts. Not bad. I think we'll keep this and ship maybe it's just a Darksteel Citadel. How cheap can I get these Thoughtcasts? Play Tanglepool Bridge, pass, Dark Slicks, Springleaf, Welding Jar, Thoughtcast. Yeah, we'll ship a Darksteel Citadel. All right, I think we can Thoughtcast on turn 2, right? We lead on Tanglepool, Affinities at 1. Turn 2, we go Darksteel Citadel, not Dark Slick Citadel. Then Welding Jar, Springleaf Drum with the Citadel, tap Tanglepool to try to draw 2. I think so. All right, let's play this and pass. Shock Darcy, sure. All right, take a draw step. Welding Jar, okay. Citadel, Jar, and then we'll cast Thoughtcast. All right, Memnite and Thought Monitor. Let's go Memnite. So now our Affinity's at 5. We can make it 6 with this Springleaf Drum, and then we can tap for blue with Springleaf Drum by tapping Memnite to play Thought Monitor. Draw 2 more. All right, sick turn 2. Now we can play Ornithopter, though I don't think that we need to. We can just pass the turn here. All right, turn 2, 7 permanents in play. I like it. Preordained, sure. Your turn 2 is much less impressive than mine is. All right, do your thing. They kept the card on top, so it must be pretty good. I want to draw up the Beanstalk so bad. Fire Bluff Canal, sure. I'm going to play another creature. Your bolts don't have any text here. I guess they take a Welding Jar out of play, but that's about it. Consider. All right, I will now F6. They cannot get Delirium here, so they can't attack. Well, maybe they can. If they flip a creature or artifact into the bin, they can. It's Dress Down. Okay, so they have to attack. I'm not going to block. Surprise, surprise. All right, my turn. Do you have Force of Negation is my favorite question right now. Draw for turn, it's a Darksteel Citadel. Okay, let's lead on tap for blue. Cast Thoughtcast. All right, more lands, rip. Let's do a Spire of Industry and then an Ornithopter. And we'll tap for a colorless and drop Soul Guide Lantern. And we will take out the sorcery from their graveyard. Oh, maybe it's supposed to be enchantment. I think enchantment would be harder to hit. So we'll hit the enchantment. And we might want to draw a card with this Soul Guide Lantern, weirdly enough, because we don't have very much going on. But we'll go to combat. We're going to attack them for 2. Now on their turn, they might need to do everything on their post-combat main phase, because if they accidentally give themselves Delirium and they attack, then I can strip their graveyard with Soul Guide Lantern and block with Memnite for a trade. That would be pretty good for me. Let's see, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 infinite artifacts in play. So now we just want to draw like all of our Up the Beanstalks and giant spells. Bonus points if I'm able to hit a Cranial Plating. I think that would end the game very quickly if our opponent can't interact with it. Unholy Heat. Okay, what are we targeting? All right, we'll let the DRC trigger. And now I think I'm willing to use a jar to protect this. So I will. No thanks. Okay. Play turn, sure. Crack turn, sure. They could play a Murktide here, but I got enough flyers that I don't even think I'm going to interact with it. I think I want to draw a card with my Lantern. You got it. Big Murky Boy. All right, my turn. I'm going to crack this Soul Guide Lantern to draw a card because I need some gas fast. Crack, draw land. Ew. Come on, deck. Don't we play like 18 lands or something? Metallic Rebuke? Dude, talk about bad PEMDAS, deck. All right, we'll play Darksteel Citadel. We're definitely blocking this Murktide for a turn with the Ornithopter, so we just need to ship the turn. Ugh. Well, at least the Rebuke should stop them from like getting any more traction, but we really need to top deck very well from here on out. We got 44 cards and 12 lands left, so it's like a 25-ish% chance to draw land. I would like to not win the land lottery for the next couple turns, please. A couple of Thought Monitors would be nice. Another DRC, sure. What do we want to do? Iteration? All right, we'll let both DRCs trigger, but I will be Metallic Rebuking the Iteration. All right, blue. Colorless, Metallic Rebuke, target, beep, beep, beep. No thank you. All right, they go to combat. What I'm gonna do is block with Ornithopter and then regen it. Go to blocks here and then regen. All right, my turn. Come on, top deck. Don't be the 25%. Be good. I hate this game. All right, what do we got? Another turn? Yeah, we get like one more top deck. So we'll play Tanglepool Bridge and pass. We have to get so lucky. Ugh. Engineered explosives on 0. I have 2 0 drops. How many artifact lands do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, plus Thought Monitor, Springleaf Drum. I guess we just let this happen. They've got Sorcery Land in the graveyard. They can put Artifact in there. They just did. So 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. They can attack for 13 here. Yeah, we need to like, the top of our, it's not just the top card of our deck. In order for us to somehow win this game, the top like 6 cards of our deck have to be stacked a very particular way. So we can just like blow them out. So they crack the EE, that's fine. With nothing else, all they can do is attack with the Murktide, so that's fine. All right, no blocks, because I think I actually need the Affinity. All right, no land. Okay, Springleaf Drum. All right, we'll concede there. That was like very unlucky. That may be the unluckiest I've been in a little while. Maybe that's just the way Affinity works, but let's go to game 5. All right, round 5, and we lose the die roll again. I don't think this deck likes us. I'm almost certainly doing another league with it, because this deck is, as frustrating as this league has kind of been, this deck is super fun still. Do we keep this hand? We go Tanglepool Bridge, and then next turn we go Tanglepool plus Spell Bomb, and that'll give us 3 artifacts. The following turn we go Memnite, so 3, 4, 5. Haywire Might, 6 Companion. I mean, we can just like dump our hand pretty quickly. I think we keep this and just hope to start drawing like Thought Monitors and Thoughtcasts, which there are 8 copies of them combined in our deck. So I don't think that order's too tall. Looks like we're playing against Murktide again. Ugh. Whenever I see Murktide, I just wish I was playing like some deck with counterspells and 1 rings. All right, you've done it. You've preordained. 1 top, 1 bottom. Okay, so they have something that they want. All right, we draw Thought Monitor, so access granted. All right, play this and pass. Next turn, it's tap Tanglepool Bridge into Spell Bomb, and then the turn after that, we try to pop all the way off. Fire Bluff Canal, sure. All right, my turn. All right, there's another companion, so let's tap for blue and try to get this Spell Bomb into play. That worked, so we'll play Tanglepool Bridge. Our Affinity is now at 3. And then next turn, if we draw a land, it gets really nuts. But even if we don't draw the land, 2 Memnites puts us at 5, plus Might puts us at 6. That lets us play Thought Monitor. And if they don't counter it, then we go to 7 and we can just drop the rest of our hand. Please play a spell this turn, opponent. Bauble. No, something that costs mana. All right, crack the Bauble, target who? Tap Steam Vents, pass to me. Okay, so they're just gonna like hold a counter spell forever. Come on, Dark Steel Citadel, I think is our best draw, weirdly enough. All right, they draw a card. They almost certainly have a fetch in their hand because of the way they use their Bauble. So fetch plus probably maybe another land, 4 mystery cards. Dark Steel Citadel. Okay, so now we're at 4. And then we play this Memnite, which puts us at 5. And then this Memnite puts us at 6. And then we tap for colorless and play the Companion to go to 7. And then we play another Companion to go to 8. And then if they didn't counter those, I think they definitely have counterspell for Thought Monitor. And I think we can like high key just wait to drop the Thought Monitor until next turn, especially because there's a cool interaction. I believe that Spell Bomb lets you bounce any creature to its owner's hand. So you can kind of use your Spell Bomb to loop a monitor. So we'll just drop Haywire Might now. And I don't really need to extend anything else into the board because I have 8, 9, 10, 11 power. They're on a 2-turn clock. You need to unload your hand to kill me, not the other way around. I do have a sneaking suspicion they have a counterspell. I think they were probably waiting for me to drop the Thought Monitor. If I was Murktide, I would do the same thing, but I'm not going to play into that. Shredder? Sure. Good thing I just played all those spells. Bauble, you got it. Trigger the Shredder. And then they probably play like Scalding Tarn or Flooded Strand or something. Maybe they even crack Bauble targeting themselves. Nope, they're targeting me. All right, if you're not going to play a fetch land, did they target me last time? Maybe they targeted me and I just thought they targeted them themselves. All right, here's to hoping they don't have Stern Scolding. I guess I can start by getting in for 4 though, right? Or 8 with my Sojourner's Companions. Urza Saga, great top deck. Let's go to combat. Attack here and here for 8. They block, sure. I'm gonna use a bolt to beat up on my companion after damage. All right, cool. Take 4. All right, now I can go, let's play Urza Saga first, I guess. Trigger the Urza Saga, does the thing. And now let's go blue and cast Thought Monitor. Scolding or bust, buddy. All right, they don't have Scolding. So now I get to draw 2 cards. Mirror Enforcer and Shadow Spear. How about Mirror Enforcer? Tap for 1, Shadow Spear. You're in so much trouble, dude. And then I don't need to activate the Spell Bomb now. They probably, maybe Flame of Anor or something they could have open. So I guess I'll just pass. I've got like super duper lethal in play, so it's kind of on them to figure it out. Bolt, my dude, you got it. All right, they cast Expressive Iteration. Sure, that's fine. DRC entered the Exile Zone. You could play that. And they concede. All right, great. I like our plan from last game against Murktide, even though we just completely got shredded that game. I still think I'm going to do something very similar. A couple of these, one of these, forget all of these cards. They just conceded. Well, that's a bummer. I really wanted to show a little bit more of this deck off, but I think you get the point. This deck's actually very cool. I'm definitely doing another league with this because Up the Beanstalk is just so cool. That puts us at 2-3, which is like 50 play points. I told you I was only going to win 1 or 2 games, but we'll do another one. Maybe I'll play like a league off of camera for you just to like rep the deck a little bit and figure out what opening hands to keep. But that's it for right now. I'll see you guys very soon with some more Magic the Gathering gameplay. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and as always, I'll see you next time. Like, comment, and subscribe.